Hey man, what it is, this is Deem and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go to PayPal, at Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Y'all are acting so soft out here. Y'all acting like a bunch of you-know-whats, and I'm here to say it. Just say y'all scared for Terence Crawford to fight Jaronennis, and I will leave it alone. I promise that. First of all, let me address a certain amount of points. I thought Turkey Ali Gashik was just throwing money around, so money is not an issue. Terence Crawford will get all the money that he wants to fight Jaronennis. Absolutely. Y'all telling me Turkey Ali Kashik a spare no expense. Well, guess who's over there already ready to do business with Turkey Ali Kashik? Jaronennis. Who Turkey Ali Kashik has already said that that's a fight that he wants to see. But y'all just discredit all of that. Y'all okay with Bud fighting Virgil Ortiz, who is not a belt holder, but not Jaronennis? Y'all soft. And y'all scary. Deem, don't nobody. I got people in my comments. Deem, what accolades have Canelo got accolades? Bud got accolades. What accolades Jaron got? Jaron got more accolades than Virgil Ortiz. Name me the headliner that Virgil Ortiz was. Is Virgil Ortiz a champion right now? Last time I checked, is Virgil Ortiz a champion? I need to know. Is Virgil Ortiz a champion? No. The answer is no to all of those questions. Y'all perfectly fine with that. Y'all fine with him fighting Jermell. Jermell's not a champion right now. Jermell's name is in the mud way more than Jaronennis' name is in the mud right now, especially after his performance with Canelo. Jermell Charlo is the reason this Canelo fight is so hard to get. If you scared, just tell Deem you scared and I'll leave it alone. Bud Crawford, biggest thing was money. Well, you don't have to worry about that. Let's tell it with Turkey, right? Terence Crawford, Jaronennis is not at a different promotional company where he can't get the fight done. He's with Eddie Hearn. Unlike all the other fights that y'all keep saying he's going to get. No, he is not. The PBC is going to unify those belts first. They are going to make the fights with their promotional companies first. PBC and Bud don't even got a good relationship. Why would they just be throwing championship fights at Bud Crawford? And they don't have to. Why would they do it? Y'all just heard what Sebastian Fundora said. He's not even worried about it. He focused on fighting Earl Spence Jr. So he's not going to get a unification fight this year. So who else do you want him to see? Who else would you rather him fight? But y'all perfectly fine with him fighting Virgil Ortiz, but not Jaronennis. Y'all soft and y'all scary. The real problem is you scared Bud going to take a L. So y'all have to do everything you can, including a lie on Jaronennis. Y'all talk crazy about Jaronennis, but what has Virgil Ortiz accomplished? Ain't nobody asking Bud about Virgil Ortiz. What has Jaronennis accomplished? He's accomplished getting Bud can't go nowhere without his name getting brought up. But Bud fans is so scary, they want to act like Terence Crawford ain't getting asked about one fighter. Terence Crawford is getting asked about two fighters. Canelo Alvarez and Jaronennis. Ain't nobody asking Terence Crawford about nobody else. So that's what Jaronennis has accomplished. Getting the whole boxing world, boxing community. Gilly the Kid and them ain't asking Terence Crawford about no damn Virgil Ortiz. Oh, yeah, y'all, Virgil Ortiz not going to probably fight Jaronennis next. If you haven't seen, he's not going to fight Terence Crawford next. If you haven't seen, but let's say he did. So y'all would rather see Virgil Ortiz versus Bud Crawford, but not Jaronennis? But then y'all the same fans that say y'all want the best to fight the best when we all know who's the best two fighters at 147 and 154. And the problem that makes me madder, well, Dean, tell Boots to move up. No, tell Bud to drop the belts. Tell Bud Crawford, if y'all so sure he's not coming back to 154, then why is this man holding up Jaron in his career? Why are y'all okay with this man holding the belts at 147 then? You can't keep telling me, Dean, well, he ain't coming back down to 147. Okay, then drop the belts. Because Jaron Ennis could have already probably had that division unified. He could be working on an undisputed fight. This fight that he could be making next could be for undisputed if Bud would have just dropped the belt. He can't get undisputed until Terence Crawford dropped the belts. Which one is it, people? So it's okay for Bud to hold up a whole division that he's not coming back to, but it's not okay for Jaron Ennis to want to fight a fighter that's not in his division? When people do this all the time. Wasn't Edwin De Los Santos just about to go up to 140 and fight Gary Antoine Russell? Ain't they talking about him fighting Gervonta Davis at 135 again? Didn't Hector Luis Garcia go fight Gervonta Davis at 135 and then went back to 130? Fighters do this all the time. Did Jermell Charlo just be at 168? And then now he's talking about going back to 154. Fighters do this all the time. If you scared, just tell me that. What has Jaron Ennis accomplished? Being the second best fighter at 154 or 147, that's what he's accomplished. Because you frauds wouldn't put your money up against the funny part about Bud fans is nobody that they want Bud to fight, they think could beat Boots. You don't think Virgil Ortiz can beat Boots. You don't think Sebastian Fundora could beat Boots. You don't think Bova Chuck could beat Boots. If money not an issue, then what's the problem then? Why don't y'all want Bud Crawford to fight Boots so much? I think I know why. You're scared. If you have no problem with Bud Crawford fighting Virgil Ortiz, you should definitely want Bud Crawford to fight Jaron Ennis. Because I guarantee you, that Jaron Ennis fight will do better than that Virgil Ortiz fight. What has Virgil Ortiz sold? Jaron Ennis just sold out in his hometown. Boxing back to Philadelphia after 8, 9, 10 years. Almost 10 years. What has Virgil Ortiz accomplished? And Eddie Hearn is much easier to deal with than Oscar De La Hoya, don't you think? Don't you think? If y'all scared, just tell me y'all scared, man. Y'all sounding like some real you-know-what. Y'all sounding like some real you-know-what. And I feel bad because literally the fight Terence Crawford to get the most credit for and the most money for right now is Jaron Ennis. That's the sad part of the whole situation. Boxing fans, y'all so fake. Y'all only want the best to fight the best when it's in your fighter's favor. You don't want the best to fight the best when it's in the other guy's favor. You only want the best to fight the best when it doesn't go against your guy. Oh, you want the best to fight the best when it's Terence Crawford and Canelo. Man, why Canelo don't make that fight? For the same reasons Bud Crawford don't make the Jaron Ennis fight. Deal with it. Like it, love it. He ain't fighting Canelo. Like it, love it. He brings nothing to Canelo. The same things y'all say about Jaron Ennis. But you okay with him fighting Virgil Ortiz, though? And the funniest part is, the part that y'all nincompoops don't understand. Well, Jaron Ennis ain't putting pressure on Bud Crawford. That's not true. Bud don't got the IBF belt yet. All Bud got to do, I think all Jaron Ennis is waiting for Bud to do is get the IBF belt so then he could go up and be his mandatory and challenge him and jump the mandatory at 154 because he's the champion at 147. And you know why I think Bud is holding on to the belts? Because then y'all won't be that accomplishment thing y'all be saying. Y'all know Jaron Ennis to be undisputed at 147. That's why Bud fans don't want it to happen. Because then the accolades, what he brings is a lie. He brings more than anybody else Terence Crawford could fight right now. More than Vadramov. Accolades, Jaron Ennis definitely going to get undisputed at 147. Y'all don't think nobody there can beat him. What? Terence Crawford fight lost $10 million. What? So he is putting pressure on it because ain't Bud trying to be undisputed? Let y'all tell it. He got to get that IBF belt, don't he? Last time I checked, all the champion got to do is go up and try to fight you. I mean, that's all he has to do. The minute you get that belt, that's all he has to do. Ain't Teofimo Lopez doing it right now with Brian Norman Jr.? Go check out my guy Just Do Boxing because he had an interview with Brian Norman Jr. today. Go check out Just Do. Ain't Teofimo Lopez doing that with Brian Norman Jr. right now? So don't tell me it can't be done. Y'all, if y'all scared, just tell me you scared and I will leave it alone. But don't act like Boots ain't nobody. Don't act like he don't bring nothing to the table. Don't act like he is not the best fighter at 154 or 147. Don't do that. Tell Bud to drop the belts and let's talk about accomplishments then. He can't accomplish what Bud accomplished as long as Bud is holding it up. Nincompoops. Bud ain't coming back to 147, Dean. Then why the hell is he holding on to the belts then? Answer that question. So it's okay for him to hold up what Jaron Ennis is accomplishing, but it's wrong. Jaron Ennis is wrong for calling out Bud Crawford. Hey, all Earthmen, ain't that's what Jaron Ennis supposed to do? Ain't Jaron Ennis supposed to want to fight Bud Crawford? Ain't Bud Crawford the best? Shouldn't that be what he should be doing? Oh, y'all only like people calling out people or wanting to fight people when it's somebody that you don't like. I get it. When Devin Haney and Shakur doing that to Gervonta, it's perfectly fine. When Jaron Ennis does the same thing, why are you doing that to Bud? Who he? It's so funny how y'all can understand that when it comes to Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis. But when I say the same thing when it comes to Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, damn, you making excuses. Lord have mercy. Could y'all imagine? Oh my God, this is crazy, y'all. But y'all know what this is, right? Dean, by any means. If you scared, just tell me you scared.